Okay. Hello, folks. I wanted to do a another reading, Bible study on wine. Reveal some stuff in it that I've studied. So we'll start off with Genesis 9 here, chapter 1. Let's see here. Genesis chapter 9, verse 21. We'll go to 19, 20 actually. And Noah began to be an husband, and he planted a vineyard, and he drank of the wine, and was drunken, and was uncovered within the tent. His tent got drunk. And Ham, the father of Canaan, saw the nakedness of his father, and he told his two brethren without. And Shem, Ham, and Japheth took a garment and laid it upon both their shoulders, and went out backward and covered the nakedness of their father, and their faces were backward, and they saw not their father's nakedness. Okay. Had a lot more respect than Ham. And Noah awoke from his wine, and knew that his younger son had done unto him. And he said, Cursed be Canaan, the servants shall he be to his brethren. Okay. Now, I want to look at this. This is all Noah's fault. No one else's. He got drunk. He drank a little too much wine and got drunk. And he thought it's kind of like an understanding that it's your fault, if you got drunk, and took a little too much in. Next, we're going to go to Proverbs 21. Wine is a mocker of strong drink, is raging, and whoso is deceived thereby is not wise. Okay. Too much wine. Paul said, a little for thy stomach's sake, and off thine infirmities. Not a bacchanalia, as they would call it. Next, we'll go to Proverbs 21:17. He that loveth pleasure shall be poor man. He that loveth wine and oil shall not be rich. A little bit of partying and drinking again. Okay, next we'll go to Proverbs 23, 35, 31 through 31 through 35. They tarry at wine, they that go to seek mixed wine, look not upon the wine when it is red, when it giveth its color in the cup, when it moveth its upright. At least it biteth like a serpent, stingeth like an otter. Thine eyes shall behold strange women, and thine heart shall utter perverse things. Yea, thou shalt be as him that lieth down in the midst of the sea, or as he that sitteth upon the top of mast. Yeah. You got drunk there, beheld strange women. When you're drunk, you're intoxicated, you act stupid, say stupid things, and utter your own mouth's stupidity, even secrets that you might have held in. And they strick me, shalt thou say, I was not sick, and they beat me, and I felt it not. And when I wake, I shall seek it again. A guy who did not learn his lesson went back after the wine. Couldn't control his alcoholism. Next, we'll go to Proverbs 23 21 through 20. Proverbs 23, 20 through 21. For the drunkard and the glutton shall come to poverty, and the drowsiness shall clothe a man with rags. Slothfulness and drunkenness. Now we'll go to 20. Be not among wine-bibbers, among rottenness eaters of the flesh. More drunkenness and partying and stuff like that. I'm going to say I'm not against wine or alcoholism. It's a good thing, but in its moderation. We'll go to 1 Corinthians 6, 10 here. Okay. Nor thieves, nor covetous, nor drunkards, nor ravelous, nor extortioners shall inherit the kingdom of God. Okay. I was going to the drunkard part. That's fleshy. All this is flesh. Control your flesh. Walk in the Spirit. Be wise. Acquaint yourself if you want with wine and myrrh, but use wisdom, Next we'll go to Ephesians 5:18 here. And be not drunk with wine, wherein excess, but be filled with the Spirit. Okay. It's good to have wine. Nothing wrong in it. But getting drunk and acting like a babbling fool and uttering perverse things or things that are meant to keep secret, is not wise. And you do yourself harm. You hurt your body, getting drunk like that. You damage yourself eventually, and that resistance, if I remember, it diminishes. Raise your blood pressure too. Maybe get diabetes for all you know, carbs and all that. Next we'll go to Galatians 5:21. I think it was. Yeah, 5:21. Envying, murderers, drunkards, ravelers, such as like of which I have told you in times past, they which do such things shall not inherit the kingdom of God. Okay, being drunk again, raveling and all that partying and all. It's good to throw a get together and a party, if it be done with moderation of get-togethers, enjoying a certain company, but in bacchanaling and just, living it up like there's no tomorrow and killing yourself, not wise. Next, I'm going to go to 2 Samuel 11:13. And when David called him, he did eat and drink before him, and he made him drunk, and he went out and lie on his bed when the servants of his Lord, but went not down to his house. Okay, this is during when David had fornicated with Bathsheba, Uriah's wife, for anybody who's interested. Now, he tried to cover up the fact that he got her pregnant. So he's getting Uriah drunk, trying to get him drunk to where he goes and lies with his wife, and it's your child, not mine, kind of thing. He's lying and deceiving. All right? This is an insight into being wise and cautious of people who keep telling you to drink more, because they're maybe trying some nefarious activity, to get you drunk and set you up for something for all you know. You never know, Those who say you're friends, won't care how much they'll care more for how much you take in and not be drunken and stupid, but some people may want you to get drunk to set you up for something. You look at it that way, rather be, who knows. But I just thought I'd do a video about that, and a little insight into that. And later on, David got rebuked by Nathan the prophet because the Lord told Nathan to tell David all this stuff that the Lord had seen. And the child that David and Bathsheba had died because of their sins. That child took the sins for them so that they may live. Later on, they had another son called Solomon, King Solomon, who was called Jedediah. That was his nickname, loved of the Lord, if I remember. Could be wrong on that. But, I just wanted to give insight into this and wine and all that. Noah, he got drunk out of his own stupidity and gluttony. Joy, he got a little too much in him. David used wine to deceive and try to get Uriah to lie with his wife to cover up his sin. So, a little insight and a little understanding in that. And I hope you like, share, and subscribe and enjoy. Thank you.